So he has been away for half a year. It seems like he vanished without a trace. I'm talking about Ari from Ari in the Air. If you don't know who he is, this is an excellent opportunity to get to know him a little bit better. But I think most of you already know who he is. So I think it's a great time to have a little catch-up chat. I spoke to Ari in the Air. Let's find out what he has been up to. Welcome to Flight Coach. My name is Bas van Duin and it is my mission to help you get more out of life and your flying career through having less stress and more skills. And a great way to get less stress and more skills is by broadening your horizons. And to do that, I spoke to one of the YouTubers I respect most, especially within our scene, Ari in the Air, who is doing a lot of groundbreaking work to get us as a flying community to a new level. So I'm very happy to show you the interview that I've had with him recently. I did a poll, Ari, actually. Don't know if you've seen it yet on my channel. Let me look it up. This is like last minute improv. To see if any of my viewers know you. I asked them, do you know Ari in the Air? And I gave him 3 options. Hell yeah. Option A. Option B, sounds familiar, but couldn't tell you anything about him. And the third option, option C, no, who dat? What do you think the scoring is on these answers?
I think the people that subscribe to your channel are probably at least 75% familiar with mine.
Oh, that's amazing. You're only 1% off.
Really?
76% of the people said hell yeah.
Nice, dude.
And so first off, for the people that don't know you, can you tell us something about yourself? Who are you? What do you do?
I'm an athlete. I think at the very core of it, I'm a person who likes to adventure. I like to get outside of my comfort zone and have surreal experiences. And that's a positive and a negative because I've basically attuned myself to be, how do I say, like, I basically only respond to quite powerful stimuli. And so paragliding, highlining, skiing, flips, those kind of things are the kind of the food for my soul at this point, which is a blessing and a curse. And on the other side of that, I think I am uncovering parts of myself that are like maybe teacher, maybe healer, maybe guide, maybe, I don't know. So there's different things that are like kind of coming up in me as who I am, and they're manifesting in the things that I do on YouTube and in my life and in my own healing journey, my own spiritual journey, however you want to call it.
And then talking about your audience, the people that watch your channel, who is your target audience? Who are you trying to reach with your channel?
I don't know. It's funny because I don't really think about it like that, like specifically. I really just like, it comes up in me more like when I have something that resonates with me, that's when I feel like I want to share it. It's not really like I need to tell this certain kind of person this thing. It's actually more like the things that like resonate in me that I find both valuable, insightful, and true that I can verbalize. Those are the things I put on YouTube. So I think more of it like that than I do of who I'm actually trying to reach.
How does your paragliding content differ from what other YouTubers offer?
My content differs from other YouTubers in a pretty significant way, I think. I think I'm the only YouTuber, especially in the world of paragliding, talking about philosophy. I think I'm the only YouTuber talking about like emotional intelligence for paragliding, spiritual development for paragliding, gender relations for paragliding. The deeper, more subtle elements of these things, I think that's how I differ. And I think that it's taken me a long time to go to that. I mean, I think I started my YouTube channel with a lot of like paragliding tutorials or like videos of my own experiences and sharing that way. And I had to really like build up the courage to start speaking on these deeper subjects. And so maybe I'm just one step ahead, or maybe I'm just one step stupider and more willing to kind of like go there. But I think that's really like, I think that if I were to use one word to describe how my content differs or how I want it to differ, it's depth. It's like how deep of an understanding, how like deep down into myself or into like the shit am I willing to kind of wade into to speak into some of these things. I think that's about it.
In your last video, why paragliders can talk about safety, that really like dropped the bomb. But after that, it got silent. Tell us, what have you been up to, man? What have you been doing? You've been away for half a year.
Yeah.
And it seems like you left without a trace.
Yeah.
There was like this great video you made. And then there was around the same time, there was a real short community post you made about you being on Gavin's podcast, I think. And then all of a sudden, zip.
Yeah, so it's interesting because the last video that I made, I actually made on the road. In October last year, I was hired to star in this TV show for Discovery Channel. And it's a TV show about highlining and base jumping. And so I was in the desert of Moab and the mountains of Colorado for a month filming this TV show, which actually airs June 5th. So it's like just right around the corner.
That's soon. That's soon. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just about to release. It's called Pushing the Line, and yeah, it's going to be a really cool show. Even though they've like hyped it up, and the trailer's like, they could die at any moment. I'm like, well,
that's television.
That's not exactly how I think of it, but that's fine. Yeah. Of course, Hollywood is going to make it like that. They could die at any moment. So yeah, I was out there filming that, and I had, had just a lot of life changes. Girlfriend, we had a breakup, and I moved out of the house I'd lived in for 9 years, and so I just went on a big sabbatical, and I went to Utah and filmed that show, and then I was doing other highline projects. I've been a highliner for a long time, and it's probably the thing I'm actually best at in relative terms to the rest of the field. Yeah, so I just took a big sabbatical, and I have a big truck, and I put a bed in it, and I got all my paragliders and my I did a big slacklining trip, and I was traveling. I went to Utah, I went to New Mexico, Arizona, California. I flew distance in Santa Barbara, California, and then I bought a Xeno down there, and I flew to Mexico to test it out and flew 12 hours on it and had some really killer flights, a lot of wind and crazy canyons around the volcano of Colima, which is a really interesting place to fly. Had some big goals and got shut down by the wind and got backed into these canyons and had to land on the edge of these cliffs.
The time you've been away, does this like cover your 6-month absence?
Yeah.
Or have you been doing more and more?
Well, no, I think that the end of the Guatemala trip, I came home and I moved into this new house that you see here. It's killer, and live in a great neighborhood next to my best friend, and yeah.
Still in Bend?
Yeah, still in Bend. And the flying season is taking off here. So we've got a big distance day coming up tomorrow or the next day. And then next week I fly to Hawaii for my best friend's wedding, Chris Hoyt, who I've traveled around the world to China and Morocco and France and Spain and Peru and Chile. He's been my travel partner in paragliding. He's getting married, so we're going over there and having a big party, and awesome. So I'm going to be there for a week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to get back to some YouTube stuff. But the reality is that
what are your plans?
I've turned off all of the monetization on my channel because I want my channel has been a gift. I want that to operate in the gift economy. I want to provide the things that I've learned to people for free, and as much as I can minimize how much Google commodifies their attention span. I want to remove any incentive that I have to make money on that, which is not, at the types of views that I get on YouTube, it's so insignificant paragliding anyways. But
Yeah. The same thing for me. But I was just thinking, because my channel is monetized and I'm going to keep it that way. It's going to be interesting you saying this and then the ads appearing around your text. It's going to be an interesting experience for the viewers, I think.
That's interesting.
But I can totally see that point of view.
Well, I've asked for donations. I've asked for donations and I've gotten donations that, like when I made the Philosophy of Paragliding series and I made the E and B to E and C, the wrong reason to step up, which was one
of your most awesome videos.
Thank you. Yeah, it was definitely the most viral video. It like really took off really quickly when I uploaded it, and people, it resonated with them, and they sent me donations, and that was very validating. That's the kind of thing that like keeps my channel going. And
what are your plans?
I've got some rad videos that I want to talk about. I want to talk about. There's a couple things that I've long thought about that I'd really like to drill down on. And I think that a couple of them are like, one that I've really thought so much about and that I am having one of my best friends, her name is Dr. Annie Pendergraft. She's been on my podcast before. She's a clinical psychologist and has done a ton of sports psychology about how women learn. And I think that in general, we are, as a sport, as an industry, we're teaching women incorrectly. And there's things that we can do to teach women in a much more resonant way. I think that how men treat women in paragliding is also something that I want to address. And I think that that's a thing
in general.
In general. It's
a thing in general, but also for paragliding. It's great.
Yeah, and I would just want to make it paragliding specific because it is general. Yeah. But the other thing, I'll give you a little teaser here.
Yeah.
There's a video that I'm looking to make. I think the title will be something like "The Worst Kind of Paragliding" that you can do, or the worst type of paragliding you can do. And that worst type is called comparagliding. And it's where you're constantly it's where you're constantly comparing yourself to everyone else. You're constantly comparing your glide, your speed, how cool you are, how fucking far you fly, all this shit. It's just like the worst kind of way you can participate in paragliding is by constantly comparing yourself to everyone else. It sucks the fucking joy out of it. You're gonna stir up some shit, man. You're gonna stir up some shit because, like, I think 80% of pilots are doing that. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. I just want to stir up all the shit it comes up in me, man. It's come up in me so many times. It's not like these things that I talk about. It's not because I'm on some fucking holy hill looking down at everyone else. No, it's because I'm fucking trudging through this shit. I'm just paying attention. I'm just paying attention to what happens in myself when there's a beautiful woman on launch. I'm just paying attention to what happens to myself when someone flies further than me, or when someone outglides me, outclimbs me, out fucking anything's me. I'm just paying attention to what comes up in me.
The biggest difference is that you're like, it is not happening in your subconscious. Right?
It is.
You notice
it's arising in my subconscious, but I have my eyes on it. I have my eyes on it. Sometimes, anyways. Yeah, sometimes.
You're seeing what's happening.
I'm trying.
That meat computer, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing that episode and seeing how people are going to respond to it in particular.
Yeah.
And anything else? Anything else you got planned you can share?
Well, this TV show's coming out June 5th, so I'm really looking forward to seeing that. And the art and I've got a number of comps lined up this year. So I'm racing some comps on a two-liner, which is my first time competing on the two-liner, which would be really rad. Made me so excited to just be in the sky all day. And so, looking forward to a huge season. Thanks so much. This is great talk. Let's do it again.
Sure.
As you can tell, this is why I record things really long. It takes a minute. It takes a minute to kind of suss these things out. So thanks for giving me the space.
You're welcome, man.
And good job with all your flight coach thing. I'm really, I'm inspired by that. I've had my own thoughts of doing some coaching in the paragliding industry, and I think what you're doing is great. So I got your back, boy.
Thanks a lot, man. It was really nice having you on the show, and I'm sure we'll continue this conversation at a later time. See you next time. See you in the air.
Okay, thanks, boss. Peace.